All right, before we begin, let's thank our sponsors. Inspect All Pest Services, providing the highest quality termite pest and wildlife control. But that's not all. Inspect All Pest Services will take care of your insulation, pressure washing, gutter maintenance, and other home services in Metro Atlanta and the surrounding areas. InspectAllServices.com. Big thanks to the Aurora Law Firm. That'd be one Mad Dog Manny Aurora and Pew Pew. The AuroraLawFirm.com litigates all of the United States, based out of Georgia, whether it's criminal defense, white-collar crime, DUI, drug offenses, appeals, and more. That would be the Aurora Law Firm. Ridgeline Counseling, Dr. David Markwell and his therapist. 3 locations in Georgia, one across from Sprayberry High School in Sandy Plains and East Cobb. Marietta near the square in McKaysville, just outside of Blue Ridge. But the good doctor can talk to you wherever you are at with a virtual session. Schedule that today via markwelltherapy.com or email him directly, ridgelinecounseling@gmail.com. FPC Insurance, perfect for new homeowners, or if you're just looking to reshop those current insurance policies, which is never a bad idea. 5-star service, shop over 35 A-rated companies, multi-policy bundle discounts. They'll help you shop for carriers to find insurance for your house, flood, auto, motorcycle, boat, recreational vehicle, or even a personal policy. 888-308-1841. You can always get a quote online, FBCInsuranceServices.com. Alternate Power Solutions of Georgia, family owned and operated. They are a Generac generator dealer offering sales, service, installation, and repair of automatic home standby and portable generators. Never lose power again. They're the best at what they do, hands down, no doubt about it. Every customer at Alternate Power Solutions gets an upgraded warranty, free monitoring with a service contract. They offer flexible financing, semi-annual and annual service contracts for existing installations, and warranty repair. A-plus rating with the BB&B. Call or request a free home assessment. You can do that by calling 770-853-7571 or go to poweringgeorgia.com. Don't forget the discount code Bailey, my last name, Bailey, for $500 off your entire installation, servicing Georgia and Tennessee. Jayco Contracting, gutter and roofing specialist. Give Cliff Bratcher a call. Two-peer Cliff Bratcher. This is the hardest working guy in the business and the most trustworthy. 770-316-3876. He works every day of the year. Don't worry about it. He's got you. Licensed and insured roofing and gutter specialist covering all of Georgia. They are a platinum preferred contractor with Owens Corning, the creator of the Pink Panther, not the you know what I mean. Free gutter guards with the purchase of a roof. Satisfaction guaranteed, commercial and residential. JaycoContracting.com. And, of course, Cliff Bratcher, 770-316-3876. And Live Ozone Therapy Spa, Central Florida's first and only ozone therapy spa, also offering red light therapy, presotherapy, halo therapy, PEMF, and also chromiotherapy, plus many ozone-infused products online like the magnesium butter. You can go to liveozoneTherapySpa.com to book your appointment or to purchase any of those products. And for all 2 peers, if you use the code BS10, you get a 10% discount at checkout. All right, if you want to be a sponsor of the show, please reach out to me via thebaileyshow.com. Let's have a conversation, see how the BS podcast can help your brand. All right, let's begin.
What do we want to talk about?
To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Welcome to the Bailey Show podcast. A guy show women love to listen to.
Intellectually immature nonsense.
That's BS.
That's BS.
That's BS.
That's BS.
Okay, then, let's do it.
Yeah, there it is. Bruce. Episode 339 of the BS podcast, which stands for The Bailey Show. Thanks for being here. My name's Jason Bailey. Right there, that is the Bald Badger. That is Benjamin. Hello.
How are we doing today, Bailey?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. And welcome to the Freebay episode. Just so you know, there's plenty more where this comes from if you'd like to be a subscriber. I guess I have to make this more apparent, more clear to everyone. If you diog the show, there's more BS episodes Tuesdays and Thursdays that you can get if you would like to pay $4.99 a month. If you don't, That's fine. I do hope that your big toe falls off, but it is fine. But if you do want to subscribe, you have to go to thebaileyshow.com. You cannot do it through Spotify. You cannot do it through Apple. You can't do it through that little purple app on your iPhone. You can't do it any other way. You have to go to thebaileyshow.com. It says subscribe right there on the homepage. And then you just fill out like 2 pieces of information, which will autofill anyway, probably from your phone. Make sure you check the box, and then you can unlock all these episodes. But, and not the majority, but some people listen to the podcast on other platforms, not Spotify. And I don't think you get to see all that there's other episodes available. And that makes me very, very sad, because I want you to get all of the episodes. I want you to listen to everything. You know, sometimes I'll keep, you know, certain episodes, big guests and whatnot, just for subscribers, because they, you know, they deserve it. But you deserve it. But
and
you
the value.
Value. Oh, it's a steal.
God.
Oh my God.
It's not even $5. If you look at if you pay for every episode, it's like a quarter.
Yeah. I feel like we should do one of those commercials for $4.99, which is just 6 cents a day.
It's not even a quarter, because it's less than $5 for the month.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what
absurd.
I saw I'm getting better at this filter, because, you know, now that I'm a business owner, right?
Filter.
The filter. I was at a party the other night, and there are some young children there. And there is this one kid, adorable kid, absolutely adorable, cool kid, right? All good things. Good things, Rube. All good things. But my first thought, it was a joke, because he was, you know, I don't know what ethnicity he was, but he looked like a kid that was in like one of those I'm hungry commercials.
Dear God.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got the visual.
You're like $19.99 a month or a year, and you can feed, you know, this kid. He looked like that. And I got dipped in my teeth here.
Well,
yeah.
It actually goes in the lip.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, I almost made the joke, but there were people around us that I don't think would have found it funny. But I don't know. They might have found it funny, but I didn't. But I've learned, this is something, it's crazy. The older you get, you know, they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. I totally disagree with that, because the older I get, I find myself learning more than when I was a young, stubborn punk ass, because I'm more willing to understand, I guess, which is weird. It should be the opposite, right?
I don't know. You kind of reprioritized what's important. So it used to only be you that was important. Now other people's input means something to you.
Playing poker, as much as I play poker, and I know you guys, a lot of you, I don't want to hear about the poker. Anyway, I'm on a really good run right now. I'm trying to save up enough money to pay for mine and Rachel's trip to the Bahamas next month. And I'm almost there. I'm on a really good run. Like, I'm doing really, really well. Anyway, these people at the poker that I play with, and I play with usually the same people all the time, are the most thin-skinned people I've ever. I didn't even think these people existed, because I've been in an industry where, for the most part, the rule of thumb, like Radio 101, have a thick skin. As the generations started to get into the business, the younger generations, that ideology kind of was out the window, because they're all kind of whiny.
Kind of little bitches.
Little bitches.
Yeah.
But there's old dudes that are at the table. Like, I'll give you an example. The other day, you have to wait to get a seat at a table, right? I play 2-5, no limit, hold'em. The girl at the front desk, very nice, sends me over to the table. So I was like, great, because that's the seat that I wanted. So I go over there, this old dude who I played with before, never had a problem with him. He's like, that's my seat. I'm like, well, I don't think so. So now I'm in an altercation, right? And I don't want to be there. I was like, okay, it's your seat. I was like, but she just sent me over here. We should probably check. Well, I don't want to check. She's out of it. And he just starts going off. And I'm like, look, dude, I don't want to fucking get into it with you. I will wait. It's not a big deal. But don't fucking yell at me in front of people. Like, just chill the fuck out. That's what I'm saying to him. Like, just fucking shut up. Oh, now you're a tough guy. And I'm like, what the shit? So I always, like, in the poker room, I always look at it like this. I'm giving everybody the credit, the benefit of the doubt, that they're doing that to try to put you on tilt. Mm-hmm. And people go on tilt way fast. Like just the littlest of things that'll put you on tilt. And I'm looking around, I'm going, there's no way that all these people are that stupid. No way that all these people are that stupid. Because if I were a talker at a poker table, in which I'm not, I'm very, very quiet. I could put everybody on tilt. I could be the biggest asshole. I could get in everybody's head. But I don't want to. It takes a lot of energy.
You wear the sunglasses and the ball cap and the hoodie and the whole nine?
I do wear a hoodie. I don't put the hoodie up, but
Right.
I always have to. I'm a hoodie guy anyway. No, I don't wear the sunglasses. I don't wear the earbuds. I just sit there. I listen.
So douchey.
I listen. I mean, it's a comfort zone. You know, poker players are like other people that are playing games. They're superstitious, and I don't know. The hoodie makes me feel safe. It always has. When I do radio shows,
Yeah, but you don't put it on and squeeze it like you're the Kenny from South Park. You know, it's like you have a thing.
Sometimes
you just have a hoodie on.
Sometimes I do. When I'm chili wills. Listen to this. I've been banned from TikTok. Not the show, not the BS podcast, but a live ozone therapy spa has been banned from TikTok.
Well, I bet I know why.
Yes.
You were naked. Is this the reason?
No, from the video.
You were naked.
No, that had nothing to do with it. It was
showing too much shoulder.
No, you want another guess?
Yeah, no, I that's all I had. I was certain I was right.
Because we in a post mentioned COVID. They banned us.
What? You're kidding.
Yeah, and it really kind of pisses me off. And if you want to be a conspiracy theorist, let's look into this a second, right? The problem with TikTok, right, is China's spying on us.
Wuhan.
Right? Wuhan, right? You mentioned COVID. Well, where did the virus start?
Wuhan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So out of sight, out of mind. That's the conspiracy theory and the theorist in me. I don't understand, but it's also Google. So Google flags you if you mention COVID. And I know this because I spend money with Google for Google ads for a lot. And there are two words that they would not allow me to put for keywords: COVID and cancer. Giving them the benefit of the doubt, I'm assuming because there's so many scammers out there that'll utilize those words. But if memory serves, we went through a good couple of years where you couldn't go anywhere without hearing COVID. Now you mention it and you get banned? That's crazy to me. When I am a reputable business that is providing services that can help with long COVID or even current COVID, which is proven. So then it gets even more frustrating. I don't know if you've ever been banned from TikTok before. Good luck talking to them. You can't call TikTok. The only way you can talk to them is through a support ticket, which they very rarely answer. And they don't give you any explanation. I didn't even find out that we had gotten banned until the girl that works for us at Alive, Kinsey, was able to figure it out. And she found the post that they red flagged. I couldn't figure it out. I didn't know where it was. They wouldn't answer me. So not only can you not mention COVID on TikTok, I guess, but they won't even mention it to tell you that you can't mention it.
Can you just start calling it the Wuhan cooties and get around that way? Or
well, I don't think it's professional when I'm posting something about the Hocket sauna and ozone therapy being able to help out longer. So anyway, I'm like, okay, well, I didn't know that rule. I'm sorry. I apologize. I won't do it again. How do I get unbanned? Because we had a TikTok shop for, the stuff, that we also, have available on the liveozonetherapyspa.com and Etsy. They closed the ticket. They're like, GFY, dude, we don't even want to talk to you anymore. So now I'm mad at TikTok. I'm like, so I make a post on Twitter to TikTok, which gets even more weird. And they DM me some, canned post, and then they stop talking to me. So I'm like, all right, well, I guess Alive is no longer on TikTok ever again. I don't even know if there's a time period where you become unbanned. So, I have TikTok personally, which I very rarely use, but I have the account for, I listen to the BS. So I'll scroll through TikTok and I'm watching some of these videos on TikTok and I'm hearing the N-word being dropped.
Really?
And I'm seeing some things on there and I'm going, okay, so you have a business that is able to provide help for people with COVID. Now, granted, you might not know that because you're not familiar with it, but if you were to look into it before you banned it, you would understand it, or at least explore it. That's your job, I would assume. But these other things are okay? That's crazy to me. So
It's the world we live in. And I still can't say Wuhan without saying Wuhan. I can't get over it.
maybe it's that feeling like when I block people get so upset that I block them. Like, I don't understand the blocking trigger. When you block somebody, they're like, like Brandon got all pissed off. I blocked. Well, some guy blocked. Like, yeah, because you're being a dick, dude. I just, out of sight, out of mind. I don't want anything to do with it. Like, you go your way, I go my way, and so be it, right? It's like, I wouldn't want people that I'm not happy with in my house. I consider my social media my house. So maybe I guess I can kind of have a little understanding of the blocking thing now that I've been banned, because I was really pissed off about this. If
you did what?
Yeah, like I can only imagine for people that are really big on any social media, but especially TikTok, and you make a living doing that, like that one day when it was shut down, how much income you've lost. I don't have that problem because I don't have that many followers and I'm not making any money off social media for the most part. But if that's your living, because that's a thing now, people are making a living off of social media. That would suck. I mean, I hope that you people know everything that you can and cannot post, because these people will ban you in a second and take it away without any explanation. Like, at least like if have a friend and you're not talking to them anymore, they have an idea of why you're not talking to them anymore. You might even have a conversation about it. I hope you do. Or a text back and forth. I hope you do. You just don't ghost them without an explanation, right? It's fucking weird. So,
do you ever get into the TikTok vortex where you just end up watching TikTok videos for 45 minutes and you didn't even realize it had gone by?
Yeah, not so much TikTok. I'm not a big TikTok watcher guy. I'll get on Twitter. I find Twitter and Facebook Reels.
Facebook Reels are TikTok reposts half the time.
No,
I watch them consistently. I am always on the Facebook Reels.
There's two
People
things.
Do some stupid shit.
There's two things that I find myself going down the rabbit hole on social media. Poker videos, the poker influencers, they do a really good job, but you obviously have to be a poker player. And then the videos of handicapped people doing things. I love them. Absolutely love them. When they have the speech impediment and they're up there singing and stuff like that. And I know it sounds horrible.
Do you feel inspired or humorous? Which angle?
It's fucking hilarious. And I don't say that to be a dick. I'm just saying, like I always say this about handicapped people. You have a superpower. You have an exclusivity nobody else has. I think it's funny. I mean, you obviously do. You posted it. Don't be mad at me because I'm laughing at it, right? There's a reason why you posted it. I don't think it's bad to say, hey, I really enjoy handicap videos on social media. You put it out there. I'm assuming you put it out there for me to laugh at. Am I wrong?
They wanted the attention for something. You know what? It's such a double-edged sword, because that's not the kind of thing that you can share with a lot of people. But if you're by yourself, yeah, you can laugh your ass off at some of those things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, you can share it amongst your besties, but
I think it's funny.
Keep the circle tight.
Did Coachella's going on? Did you see the? Why did this go away? I need that. Did you see the video?
I saw the Go-Go's crash and burn.
I didn't even know the Go-Go's played.
Oh man, that was not the most impressive thing I've ever seen in my life. They really should not have done that.
Oh no, what happened? I like the Go-Go's.
I like the Go-Go's too, but at this point, they look like a bunch of 60-year-old women that are singing songs that were popular in the early 80s.
Well, that's.
I mean, they were trying. I know, but it's not. There's no energy to it. It's It was kind of sad, to be honest with you. It's like, we got the beat, ow.
Well,
We got the beat, ow. And they were like hot go-go they kept spelling out in a chant. It was odd.
well, that's kind of what happened with the Benson Boone, who
He's a one-trick pony.
Oh, I disagree. I think this kid is he's going to be around for a minute. He is really talented.
He does one thing really good, and he continues to do that one thing. He hasn't done anything to show me anything else.
Because
he tried to do this, and it flopped.
Well, he's got one song. That's why. Do you know his backstory?
Yeah, the American Idol thing?
Yeah, but before that?
No.
Did you watch the American Idol audition when he was on?
Just on Facebook Reels or something.
Okay, yeah, well, yeah, that's all I've seen too. But did you hear his explanation, like when they talked to him?
I don't remember. It didn't stick out to me.
It's pretty cool. I mean, he has no one in his family are singers. He had just started singing a year prior, and he's he was late teens at that time, and he realized that he's pretty decent at it, so he decided to go on American Idol.
And he's got a good voice. But continue.
So he goes and he sits down at a piano and he does a song, whatever song it was, and knocks it out of the park. He's just a naturally talented guy, right? So, you get into the business. He's a pop singer. He's got all these people around him, the label. This is how we can make money. Let's get your hair this way. Let's put a mustache on you. Let's put you in a jumpsuit. We're going to give you a new image. That's the business. You know how that works more than anybody. So he is now being fabricated towards the business. I'll tell you what his path will be, because his audition on American Idol, the way he came across, he was very humble. He had a good head on his shoulders. So hopefully the business doesn't get to him. Like he
doesn't come across humble now, and I'm tired of seeing him flip off pianos.
That's his gimmick, though, right?
That's the only thing he's got.
No, he's got a great singer. He's got a mustache. He's got like a perm mullet. The dude today, he's got a jumpsuit on. He's got a good sized penis, because it pops through the jumpsuit. He's got a lot of things going on. I love this guy. I love Benson Boone. And I'm not even a pop guy. I love this guy because I foreshadowed his future. His future is bright. He is going to, and this is what happens in the music business. If you can have a successful freshman album, then you can choose which road you're going to go down. I mean, you saw it with Kelly Clarkson. Take her, for example. She went to Clive Davis, and that was their falling out. She goes, I'm sick of singing these fabricated pop songs, even though her second album were pop songs. But she's like, I want to sing differently. I want to do it my way. So she cut from him, and she did it her way. It was bigger than the first album.
Guilty Pleasure, Miss Independent. I love that shit.
Badass song, right?
I love it. And she was so hot in that video. If she'd been wearing glasses.
Kelly Clarkson's another one. I love Kelly Clarkson. Love Kelly Clarkson. Anyway, Benson Boone, after he's done this run from his freshman album, he's going to do something tremendous that I believe will stand the test of time. I think that he has got a specific type of voice that can do a song that you'll hear 10 years from now.
Personally, I hope you're right.
Personally,
I really do. Right now, I've seen one thing just redundantly overplayed. I mean, from the Department of Redundancy department, this guy keeps doing the same damn thing. And I don't care what song he's doing, he's got the same shtick for an hour.
Because literally, he's shiny and new. He just came out. He's trying to find.
Literally, he's shiny. He's shiny as hell.
Yeah, but he'll change. He'll adapt. Over time. But again, in the business, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You've seen that with bands. Take Three Doors, for example. They've always had the blueprint for a radio played song crossover rock to top 40. They strayed away from that a little bit on one of the albums, actually recorded it up in Longwood, because I believe 13 Days was the album, because it took them 13 days to put it together. Straight away from Linkin Park, which nobody talks about with Chester's suicide. Whatever you believe why he did it, he said, what do you think? Okay. Oh, he didn't do it. But he shook his head. He talked about, after they put out their last album talking about having to want to do something different, not so Linkin Park-esque, and the fans beat him up for it, and that really crushed him. Nobody ever talks about that interview. Nobody ever talks about that. Did that have something to do with it? Possibly, could be. Anyway, Benson Boone. So that's Benson Boone. He's playing at Coachella. This was advertised beforehand, so it was no surprise. He goes up and does Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen, which is a perfect song for his voice. And
he did a damn good job.
Sounded
fantastic.
Brings out the man, Brian May, original guitarist of Queen. And Brian May comes up, got a little elevator thing behind. Benson Boone, cool move, turns around, bows down. Awesome. Introduces him. The Brian May.
Crickets.
Coachella, clueless.
Yep.
At least that's what the reports are. I watched the video and you can't really tell.
You couldn't hear any audience response, and you should be able to hear some kind of swell.
Nothing.
Nada.
So is the audience at Coachella, one, do they all hate Queen? 2, extremely disrespectful. 3, was everybody there under the age of 30, 25? Or 4, are you just stupid music lovers?
No. Coachella is a fashion show now. I saw so many videos leading up to Coachella, and they were all about what outfits are we wearing for day 1, day 2. What the hell? Who are you going to see? I don't even know who's on the roster for this year's Coachella Festival, but I did hear about a couple things. Most of it that I saw from people that were actually going. I'm wearing this. Ooh, look at these cute shorts that I made. Ooh, look at all this makeup. I saw one chick, and she's an influencer chick. She's a smoking hot bald chick. She's got alopecia, and she's a makeup influencer. She took 6 cases of makeup for Coachella. I'm talking cases like big ass cases of makeup. Each, like, this one's for my eyes, this one's for my foundation. It's like, you're going to a music festival. You're supposed to smell funny and look horrible and have on a beat up old t-shirt and some Uggs or some shit, some beat up Chucks. You're going to a music festival in the desert, and you're more concerned about what you're wearing than who's on stage. So Brian May didn't stand a chance, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's a little disappointing. Like, I hate when younger people always say, dude, I wasn't even born yet. And I always respond with the same line. Do you know who George Washington is? Well, yeah, but that's different. Why? If you were a music lover, or you claim to be a music lover, then I think you need to know a little history about music and at least cover some of the bigger bands. You know what I mean? Like, now Coachella's a variety show, right? You've got, you got people all over. So, maybe cut you a little bit of a break and not know who Queen. I mean, obviously, if you grew up knowing who, like, Queen, Freddie Mercury died in 1993.
Yeah, that's literally the biggest song in the history of the world. Bohemian Rhapsody is the #1 song in the history of music.
Where did you get that?
From Living. No, it's sold a shitload of albums. It was #1 in 2 different decades.
Well, it's not
Bohemian Rhapsody.
It's not the most played radio song of all time. I can tell you that.
Nope, not most played, but I mean the most popular top 40 song ever. I mean, can you think of one that was?
Yeah,
that was #1 twice by the same band, not a cover.
Well, I don't even know if Bohemian Rhapsody ever was #1.
Yeah, twice.
You know that?
Yes, when it came out, there was Night at the Opera. You're talking to a music nerd right now. Night at the Opera, and then after Wayne's World, it had a resurgence, and it was #1 again.
Which, by the way, wasn't the original song they were going to use.
No.
Do you know what the original song was?
I do not know what the original song, but I did know that was Second Fiddle.
Guns N' Roses. Sweet Child of Mine.
Sweet Child of Mine? Yeah.
Yeah, but GNR would let them use it. It was Guns N' Roses. It was either Sweet Child of Mine or Welcome to the Jungle, one of the two.
They didn't get to use Stairway to Heaven either for the one little scene. Did you know that? If you pay attention, they are not playing the exact notes. They played something that was similar.
Yeah,
because the royalty was ridiculous.
That's why the sign that's why the guy says no Stairway to Heaven. Yeah. Yeah, that's the whole bit on that. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm a Queen fan. I was introduced to Queen when I was in 7th grade from my cousin, and played the hell out of the cassettes. Fat Bottom Girls is one of my favorite songs. I love that song
Incredible.
just because it name checks Star Wars. But Bohemian Rhapsody, as great of a song as it is and was, if you're looking for a song that you could go to an 18-year-old and an 80-year-old, like one-hit wonder, 2-hit wonder, is that the song that you would go to? Like, if you had to pick one song that it's a huge gap, 18 and 80.
Yeah.
And so I got one song that everybody's going to know. Is it Bohemian Rhapsody?
That would probably be there. Yeah, I mean, it'd be real hard. I'm trying not to go through the Rolodex. Bohemian Rhapsody would easily be in the top 5 of what would come out of my mouth.
Greatest 2-hit wonders. So this is interesting, right? Sometimes Queen has had a plethora of hits. I mean, I would argue and say We Will Rock You is bigger than Bohemian Rhapsody just because of all the play it gets at sporting events.
Another one bites the dust.
I would argue to say that it's bigger than Bohemian Rhapsody just because of soundtrack use and being played at sporting events.
Ice Ice Baby.
Okay, funny you say that. Okay. So this is kind of where I was going with this. I've got a list. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I thought this would be a fun conversation. And you can play along listening, I guess. I'll give you a pause before I give you the answer. I've got a list of the greatest one-hit wonders, according to VH1, and I've also got a list of the greatest 2-hit wonders, which is an even more interesting list, right?
Okay.
And then you got to ask yourself, is the band bigger than the song, or is the song bigger than the band? See what I'm saying? So, like, if I say the song, would you be able to know the artist?
Me, probably. The layman, I don't know. Music trivia is where I get kind of Rain Man-y.
Okay, I'm going to say that. So what do you want me to give you? Do you want me to give you the artist and you give me the 2 songs for their 2-hit wonders? Or do you want me to give you the songs and you name the bands or the artist?
Well, let's try it either way. Let's try it just the artist first and see if I can name their 2 songs.
I think it's going to be harder if I give you the songs.
Okay.
All right. And I'm going to go on record in saying that you will miss at least 2.
Okay.
Maybe even 4. And I'm going to give you the top 10.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to start at number 10. The 2-hit wonder songs. You definitely can't do it if I give you the album. I can tell you that right now.
Okay.
No way.
Yeah,
So
you're probably right.
Okay. So I'll start there. I'll start with the album. Cry Wolf. You tell me the artist and the 2 songs. And if you don't know, I'll just move on.
Yeah, let's just keep going because that's not going to happen. Give me the 2 songs.
All right, music nerd. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, Cry Wolf, come on.
The songs are Take On Me at number 1.
Aha.
Would you at least let me finish? And, well, then tell me the second song from Aha.
Doesn't matter. That was the only one that mattered.
No, they're 2-hit wonders. There's 2 songs that were hits. The second one peaked at number 20 on the charts.
Oh, shit.
Take On Me was peaked at number 1.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure my phone is not in my hand. I can't remember the name of the second song. You got me on that one, but yeah, it definitely was Aha.
Nah, you're not as smart as you thought you were there, mother.
Well, not on that one, Bailey.
Give you a buzz.
What was the other one?
The Sun Always Shines on TV.
Okay.
Peaked at number 20. All right.
Yep, wouldn't have gotten that.
The second artist coming in at number 9, 2-hit wonders.
Mm-hmm.
The album When the Lights Go Out. The songs are Rico Suave and We Want the Funk.
Gerardo.
I need a last name or it doesn't count.
Rivera.
No.
No, it's a Gerardo like Ruiz or something, isn't it?
No.
Okay.
Mihaya. Geraldo
No, I don't think
Mihaya.
that's his actual name, but maybe that's what it was on that album. You know
Um,
what I loved on that album? He had for the video for Rico Suave, he had long hair for part of the video, short hair for part of the video.
yeah.
Like, oh, nice extensions there, Gerardo.
Dude, I remember that song came out, dude. That was the schnizzles, man. That was the hip sniz.
Ave Rico Suave. Yeah, that guy got all the ass.
All right, number 8, the album Caribbean Blue. 2 songs, one peaking at number 10, the other at number 24. The first one is Only Time, and the second one, Orinoco Flow, in parentheses, Sail Away.
Anya.
Wow. Okay. Let's go. There we go.
All right. Redemption.
Wow. Enya is badass, dude.
Yeah, she's incredible.
Love Enya. That is a great sexy time album, Caribbean. I would put it on and see how many tracks I could get through. I think the highest I got to was 4 long songs. You
talking about for sexy time? How many you could finish?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's a challenge.
Make it to number 5. Make it to number 5. I'm just going to be a stud. Make it to number 5. Make it to number 5.
One of my favorite 2-hit wonders actually might be on this list later. They have an album called Only for the Night. You familiar with the band yet?
Nope, not on the list.
All right. So it's called Only for the Night, and it's Kings of Leon.
Oh, I love it.
And if you listen to that particular album from start to finish, and you realize this is a concept album for doing it.
Really?
So it starts off with a song called Crawl, where it's just like just setting the stage, and then there's a time where it gets heavy, and then it breaks down for a cigarette, and
it's that band. I thought that band, because they won a Grammy for new artist. I thought that band
after 12 years.
Yeah, I thought that band was going to be the next big thing in rock and roll, but that dude had so many demons.
Yeah.
And it sucked because his voice is so unique. They're brothers, right? The brothers are
and cousin on drums, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. The next one, number 7, 2-hit wonders.
Okay.
The album. If you don't get this, I'm going to come over to your house and slap you.
Okay.
Send Me an Angel. The 2 songs peaking at number 25 and number 4. Rock You Like a Hurricane and Wind of Change.
Yeah, Scorpions. Down to Gorky Park, listening to the winds of change. Yep.
I remember my senior year in high school. There's this dude. My junior year in high school. This dude, he was a senior. I was kind of friendly with him, very arrogant, real douchey. His name was TJ. He was like the guy on the football team, or he thought he was at least. And every day, that song over and over again. And I was like,
great song.
Great song. But in the gym all the time.
Yeah.
So I remember I said something out loud one day. I go, man, God, how many times are we going to hear this song? And he turns around. His thing was always to be really intense. And he's like, Bill, you don't like song? You can get out of here. This is the best song ever. This gets pumped up. This is the best song. We'll change. Best song. I was like, relax, buddy. Relax.
Little testosterone-y.
Relax. That's what.
Actually, Rock You Like a Hurricane was the first song I ever learned how to play on guitar.
And Stone Cold Steve Austin's favorite band.
Oh, yeah.
Number 6. Album title not available, it says. Interesting. Ooh. The 2 songs, this is one you will not get. Okay. Thank You, peaking at number 3, and White Flag, peaking at number 18.
Thank You and White Flag. Sounds like maybe King's X, but that's not right. It would have been. No, that was Black Flag. You got me. Thank You and White Flag are from
Dido.
Oh, okay. I should have gotten that actually.
Remember,
you'd mentioned the Eminem song.
Well, if you do it with Eminem.
Yep.
Number 5, Just Like Heaven is the album, peaking at 18, and 2, Friday I'm in Love and Love Song.
Hang on. The Cure.
Yeah. Getting worried about you there, buddy. Number 4. Now, remember, this is interesting, right? Because again, think of the artists, think of the bands. what's bigger, the song or the band? You know, if you go to Aha, Take On Me, no doubt the song's bigger than the band.
Right. Huge.
Rico Suave, no doubt, bigger.
Yeah, but the Cure is way bigger than their songs.
I mean, the song was so big, they actually thought his name was Rico Suave. So, I mean, that's how big that song was at the time. Enya, on the other hand, artist bigger than the song.
Yep.
Because you'll remember Enya, you don't know it's Oronic or Ornico Flow or say, you know, maybe Sail Away because that's all it says in the song. Huh? Yeah.
214 vocal tracks on that album.
Scorpions, Rock You Like a Hurricane, Wind of Change. I'm going to say the band's bigger than the songs, even though the songs are way big. The Cure, bigger than the songs. Number 4, the album, which you should get off the album, Dreams. Anything? No? Okay.
And there's a couple albums named Dreams, but
peaking at number 8, number 22, Linger and When You're Gone.
the Cranberries.
Yeah. We'd always say, do you want to smell my finger?
Smell my finger, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to smell my finger? Great album. Band.
Rest in peace, Dolores.
Yeah. Linger, I would say with them, Linger is bigger than everything. Just the song.
Zombie was pretty huge, though.
Yeah, I would think Zombie's bigger than When You're Gone.
Completely.
But not. And Bad Wolf did a great job. Actually, she was supposed to be on the Bad Wolf version, and then
she passed away. Yeah,
passed away.
They did a good version, and then the band changed singers.
Mm-hmm. Number 3, love this band. The album Human is the name of the album, and this is easy. Peaking at number 10, Mr. Brightside, and number 14, and When You Were Young.
Yeah, that is Vegas band. I can see him. I can see the mustache, and I cannot think of the name of the band for some reason.
Yeah, I'll send you these.
Yeah.
I'll send you these every Valentine's Day.
God, what is the name of the damn band?
Really?
I got love, I got soul, but I mean, I can see him, but the name of the band is just flaking on me right now.
You shoot somebody, you could be in the band. If you stab somebody, you could be in the band.
Okay. All I'm thinking is felon, lawbreaker. None of that's right.
Jeffrey Dahmer could be in the band. Ted Bundy could be in the band.
The Killers. Thank you. God bless.
Yeah, Jesus.
Ooh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. That song, I got soul, but
love that song. My favorite they ever did.
It's about Matt Pinfield.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Matt Pinfield, when he was running Columbia Records, he's told me this story a couple different times. He's the one that founded the Killers, and Brandon Flowers in this beat up car was driving Pinfield somewhere and put the song in his cassette player, or the cassette player played it. And he's like, nobody will touch us. He's like, I'll sign you. And he signed him to Columbia. Yeah. That's how that happened.
Great band. I just flaked on the name for a second.
Okay. So this one, you're not going to know. This is another one. And this is number 2 on greatest 2-hit wonders of all time. My Baby You is the album. And I remember these songs in the mid 90s, huge mid to late 90s, peaking at number 3 and number 2. I Need to Know, You Sang to Me.
Mark Anthony.
Wow. Wow. All right. I was going to give you a clue. I had a clue ready to go. I was like, you can find the
Jennifer Lopez.
You could find the answers in a suit at Kohl's.
Nice.
Yeah, because he has.
Yep.
All right. And the number 1 band, this is a band, 2-hit wonder.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, without a doubt, the band bigger than the songs.
Mm-hmm.
Run Like Hell is the album, peaking at number 1 and number 13. Another Brick in the Wall Part 2 and Money.
Really? Pink Floyd. How about that?
Pink Floyd. Yeah, there you go.
I mean, they are way bigger than those 2 songs. One of my favorite 2-hit wonders did not make that list, man.
Which is?
Mr. Mister.
No, Mr. Mister. I love Mr. Mister. Yeah.
Kyrie Lazen and Broken Wing. Take these broken wings.
Mm-hmm. Learn to fly again.
Learn to live so free.
Seether redid Broken Wings and I think Sean did a really good job when they redid right? Seether did it, right? Yeah, Broken Wings. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure they did it. Yeah, Sean's awesome. He is way underrated, man. Seether's great.
I have my Sean Morgan moment when they first, they were a baby band and they were opening for like Three Doors and playing with Shinedown and Soil and going on that run. And they were always in Orlando. This is, back in the day, early 2000s. And I think it was the first time I ever interviewed Sean Morgan from Seether. Way cool guy. For those that don't know, he's from South Africa. He was getting a lot of comparisons to Kurt Cobain, just like Wes Scantlin was from Puddle of Mud, because everybody was looking.
She had a gun.
Right. And they actually did You're Right from Nirvana part of their set, because as a new band, they didn't have many songs. So a new band will always do covers. That's how that works to fill time. And I think it was Three Doors, Seether, and Soil at the Hard Rock Live in Orlando. And I was, up in the Lennon room where I'm doing all these interviews. And I was about to leave. And it was Seether's set. And I had to go. I had somewhere to be. And I'm walking out. And so if you've never been to the Hard Rock in Orlando, you've got the main area on the floor. Then you've got elevated levels. As you walk into the venue, you right and left go around. There's a little open space, and then there's a bar, and then you step down to the floor area. So I was at the bar leaving, and this dude spotted me leaving, and he goes, in his South African accent, "Buckethead, this is for you." And he goes into You're Right. I'm like, oh my God, I wish my phone had a video camera at that time. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, that's amazing.
Didn't get it on your flip phone.
No, all I have is the story. That's what sucks. That's, people always bitch and complain about people video and stuff all the time. Let me tell you why people video, because no one's going to believe you, right? If you have stories, you have some guy, like the 5 people that are left from World War II telling a story. You tell that story to a 16-year-old kid, he's like, prove it. You didn't post it on your Instagram. You didn't put it on TikTok. It's not real. That's the mentality, right? So I'll tell these stories. And when I tell these stories, it's either, dude, what a douchebag. He's bragging, right? So you believe me, but you think I'm bragging. I'm not. I'm just telling the story. Or 2, it's like, okay, that happened. It really did happen. It was cool.
I had some great times at Hard Rock right there, man. Oh, some great times. I played it like 7 times. And I went to a Matchbox 20 show there one time, and it ended up being their it was an MTV concert series thing they were doing. So they were filming the whole damn thing. I can still see clips of it on YouTube. It was awesome. They had a big, oh God.
Early 2000s?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it would have been like 2001, 2002.
Nokia.
You were probably there.
Nokia was the sponsor.
Gotta be. The big giant boom right over the stage.
Yeah.
Kevin was wearing like some orange corduroy pants and
so I hosted all those, and I had to come out before because they were recorded for live. And so I had to come out and read like 7 pages to the audience. And I had some of my greatest onstage moments at that time. Yeah.
Is that so? You had to get the release. Everybody say it. Everybody say this together. That was you. Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, you can do it. Whatever. Yeah. Rob's mom used to come to. I was singing. I wasn't in the band, but I did background vocals for a band that was pretty big in Orlando for a while. And Rob's mom came to all the shows.
Lynn?
Mamie is all we called her.
Okay. We used to have her on. We used to have her on the morning show at XL all the time. I've never met Rob Thomas ever.
He called me once.
Oh my God. I love Rob Thomas.
He was, I was supposed to go again, the band that I was playing with at the time, the lead singer and Rob.
Call him back.
I do not. He called me because I was supposed to be at the show. But the guy I was going with said, actually, I'm going to use your ticket for this chick that I'm trying to bang. And so he took her, and Mamie saw him backstage, and she's like, where's Ben? He's like, he couldn't come. So she was like, you should have Rob call him. So he had Rob call me as kind of a consolation prize. Rob's like, dude, I was hoping you'd be here. I'm like, I was too. It was Matchbox and Sugar Ray at the old arena.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. Really cool. Yeah, I was going to say, because Matchbox 20 didn't do the MTV tapings that year. We had like Cold, we had Flyleaf, we had the Ataris, but there Matchbox 20 by that time, they were too big for that.
I remember Cold being on there because I
Well, you
Obviously,
said it's the old arena. This
well,
was
that's when Matchbox and Sugar Ray were playing at the arena, but they did the Hard Rock thing previous. It was when they came out with Not Yourself or Someone Like You, but I remember he debuted Bright Lights at Hard Rock that night on the grand piano.
the Hard Rock Live in Orlando. It's always interesting to like what's something that happened at the venue. The Fox Theater in Atlanta, I think now will always be known as the last place that Prince performed. Whatever the venue was in South Florida where Jim Morrison got arrested.
Yeah, for his wiener out.
And there's a whole, like, the truth of that story, like the way that story is told is nowhere near the truth. There's a actually, if you remind me when this person joins the podcast, they will be able to tell the story. We might actually be able to get the person that was there on the show to tell the story. But a very popular, I believe now retired radio personality that I think the world of, much success in this business, was on stage when it happened and has told me the story before. And I'm like, and he's like, no, they don't get it right. It's nowhere near right. Like, really? You were there? Again, prove it, man. Let me see it on your social. Let me see it on your TikTok, old man.
No video didn't happen.
Didn't happen. You weren't on stage with Jim Morrison, you liar face, unless you got it on the TikTok. TikTok didn't exist. I don't care. You should have found a way in your 8mm. Put it on TikTok later. That kind of thing. So anyway, that all started with old Ben Boone. The one-hit wonders, I can go through real quick. How about just the number one greatest one-hit wonder of all time? You can guess. You won't
Video
get
killed the radio star, the Tubes.
No, not even close.
I was throwing stuff out there. You told me not to think anymore.
Yeah, I did. Don't think.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's like Aha, Take on Me is at number 8.
See?
Rico Suave is at number 9. Number 10 is 99 Luftballons by Nina.
Nina.
Yeah. You should be able to guess. I mean, there's some obvious one-hit wonders.
Yeah.
Well, yup is not the answer.
But again, I'm going through the Rolodex. I'm like, nope, that's more. Golden Earring. Ice Ice Baby. Yeah, there's one. He had more after the Ninja Turtles. He had Go Ninja Go.
Yeah, that's not on here. Number 6, another huge one. They actually won a Grammy for this, believe it or not. Arf.
Who Let the Dogs Out? Baha Men.
Yeah, there you go.
They won a Grammy for that?
I believe so. I'm pretty sure they did. It was funny. Earlier in my career, the morning show that I was a part of, Doc and Johnny, they would have the school supply drive. And we were having it at the time, 1792 in Orlando and 436, that intersection was like our go-to intersection because it was so busy. And we had this
where all the strip clubs were. That's why.
Right. Yeah, right. Circus.
Yes, sir.
Everything. So we had this we had this school supply drive set up. People come drop off school supplies at the end. We'd load it up on a bus and give it to, I think that's what we were doing. So we had asked Howie D from the Backstreet Boys to come out. So he's a big deal. So he comes out. And, people were excited, it's Howie D and stuff. And he's, saying hi and everything. And one of the dudes from the Baha Men were there. I have no idea why.
The blonde guy?
No, I don't know I don't remember what he looked like, but I'm a producer, right? So I'm organizing all this stuff. And like, nobody knew who he was. Like, the dude's just walking around. Like, no, and I felt so bad for the guy. And I believe I'm almost positive they won a Grammy and they had just won it. Because that was like the joke. You're going like, everybody's here to see Howie. This dude just won a Grammy and nobody even knows who he is.
Had a similar situation at it was called Slingapore's in Wall Street back in the day.
I remember.
And we were playing there, and Chris Kirkpatrick showed up, and he was a fan of the band, and so he shows up with his bodyguard, and people are just kind of trying to flock to him. Rich Cronin from LFO was there too, and he's like watching Chris from across the room, like, "Wish somebody gave a shit I was here."
Rich was,
It was sad.
I was friends with Rich and his brother Mike, and
He was
I
a
would
nice guy.
I would live vicariously through Rich because when he was dating Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yes, sir.
And I remember we were sitting out in front of Chillers one night, and I'm like, look, I don't mean to be creepy and weird, but she's my crush. Can you just give me something? And yeah, so
Yeah. Oh God, I loved
rest in
her.
peace, Rich.
That was another great one hit wonder. Summertime Girls.
Summertime, and they had the follow up girl on TV.
Yeah. With Jennifer Love Hewitt in the video.
Right, yeah, and the green dress. Number 5 has nothing to do with Disney, but if you put a little bit on this, it might make it taste better. Well, it's pretty bad.
Okay. Nothing to do with Disney.
The answer lies within the cheer.
Pour some sugar on me?
The answer,
No?
listen to the clues. The answer lies within the cheer squad. And it has nothing to do with Anthony, or does it?
What? Under the bridge?
You have to get used to my clues.
Oh,
I have the most brilliant. I give the most brilliant clues, and if you don't get them, some people get mad at me for them. It's because you're not at the level of my clues. I give great clues,
or they're obscure as all hell.
No,
to you, they're like brilliant.
No, they're clues given the way clues should be given.
Obscure as all hell. Got it.
I gave you the answer. I literally gave you the answer. I said,
can you give me the answer?
The answer is at Disney.
Yep.
And you'll be fine when you know the answer.
Modest Mouse.
Anthony knows it. And Anthony's on the cheer squad.
Anthony is on the cheer squad, and he knows it. And I got nothing. I have no idea where you're going with this.
God, I'm so sorry.
Go ahead and zing me, and then tell me what the answer is.
Oh, Mickey, you're so fun. You're so fun. You blew my mind, Mickey.
God.
Tony Basil, Anthony, Disney.
Who's Anthony?
Tony Basil.
Oh God, that's a reach. I would never would have gotten Tony out of Anthony.
That's what fucking Anthony is. Tony's Anthony. Anthony's Tony. What are you, dumb? That's what it is. Anthony's Tony. Tony's Anthony. Mickey's at Disney. It's a cheerleading song. I mean,
you didn't go by Anthony Basil.
That's the clue. I'm not going to give you the answer. You don't give that's why I give great clues, is because I don't.
Oh, Mickey, Disney. Okay. That took a while too.
Now it just don't make sense.
It's still a pretty strong reach.
No, it's brilliant.
Okay.
And you need to be man enough to say, oh, I'm just too dumb to get Bailey's smart clue.
No, that one was a reach.
All right, I'm going to do it again. Number 4, one-hit wonders. The Republicans are looking good tonight, Freddie.
That's the clue.
Yeah, it's I actually dumbed it down for you this time and gave you the answer.
The Republicans are looking good tonight, Freddie.
I might even sleep with you.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the voice is throwing me off on that one.
You
can say the Republic. All I'm thinking of is Presidents of the United States of America and peaches.
Nope. I did. I said Republicans are looking good tonight, Freddie.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
It is.
That's what I said.
That is exactly what you said. Right, said Fred?
Brilliant fucking clue. You are. You literally saying the answer, and I'm the dumb one.
I got dinged for figuring that one out.
Yeah, because until you admit that was a brilliant clue.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was better than the other one.
All right. Well, then I'll give. Yeah. Okay. Number 3.
See, now you're just scared to give me the song title. You know, I'll get it.
Oh, of course. I mean, these are one-hit wonders. Anybody get it. I'm not going to give you anything until 12 o'clock, though, for this one. I'm going to wait till 12 o'clock, and you can walk, you can run, you can do whatever you want, but I'm not going to give you anything until 12.
Right. So something about midnight. Um,
Come on.
the Rolodex is thick. Midnight.
Come on.
After
Come on. Quickly.
after midnight. I got nothing. Midnight Oil.
Come on.
Come on, Eileen.
Oh,
All right. Midnight Runner. All right.
Another clue, and I'm so stupid.
Yep.
See how this works? My clues are brilliant, and you're not. You have to admit it.
I just have to dumb it down and see how far outside of this meatloaf do I need to go to figure this shit out.
No, you don't have to dumb it down. You just have to. It just makes sense. You have to have common sense for my clues are common sense. I'm literally giving you the answer, but it's human nature not to realize it.
I'm used to Jeopardy clues. They're formulated much differently than these are.
My clues are better. Number 2. Okay. You got your phone on you?
Yeah.
Okay. I might send you.
Not in my hands, but
okay. Well, you might find the answer. You might find the answer on your phone.
Okay.
Okay. I'd love it if you did.
You would love it if I found the answer on my phone.
So sensitive. I thought you were harder than this, big old bald badger, but you're not.
Kind
of soft.
This is
in.
Music trivia I'm into, but the clues and stuff I'm feeling vulnerable.
God, you're soft. I thought you were harder than this. I
feel like that's another clue happening.
I love it. I love it.
What is on my phone? I'm soft.
I gave me the answer again.
Yeah.
People right now listening are going, Bailey, love your clues. Absolutely freaking brilliant. This guy.
I want to see what the kind of feedback we get there.
Is soft.
No,
I'll give you the answer now because I've already tainted the clues.
Okay. What's the answer? Oh, Tainted Love? Soft Cell. All right.
You're soft. Check your phone.
I don't get. Oh, Cell.
Oh, Cell.
God bless, Bailey.
Oh, my God. I'm so quick.
Check my phone.
God, that's the problem. Just you can't keep up. That's so great. I'm going to give myself a applause.
Pat yourself on the back for your obscurity. There you
it's
go.
Not obscure. It's brilliant.
It's obscure. After the fact.
I just spit on my monitor.
In hindsight,
no,
these are good, but foresight, they're challenging.
Oh, this one's a challenge for me.
Number 1. Yeah. All right.
Number 1, greatest one-hit wonders of all time. I don't know what I'm going to do.
This says Bohemian Rhapsody.
No, it's not Bohemian Rhapsody. All right, I'll tell you this. If you were like, I'll help you give a clue. I'll help you give yourself the answer. Okay. Because you're such a music nerd, as you said, and you are a musician. You've played a lot of places. What's the biggest arena anywhere in the world? Wembley Stadium? Probably. Okay. That's the biggest arena.
Yeah.
If there were a McDonald's there, you could find the answer. Oh, God, Jason, you did it. Oh, my God. You did it again. How do you come up with these clues that are so brilliant? Number 1 biggest one-hit wonder in the world.
Oh, what would
you just gave yourself the answer, and you can't.
I don't know where you're going with this, but
because now you understand the brilliance behind my clues. And what is it?
It's Macarena.
Yeah, you get a, and I get a.
I even did the dance, man. You get that from McDonald's at Wembley. McDonald's at Wembley equals Macarena from was it Los Dos Rios? Is that
Mac Arena.
Mac. That's all you gave was Mac.
Mac Arena. Mac Arena. Mac Arena. Mac.
It's Wembley Stadium.
That's why I asked you the biggest arena. You're taking it too literally, you dummy. Jeez.
Oh, God bless.
God, use that as a clip to show the world. All right, I'm tired. I'm done. I'm spent.
Are you fried? Too much thinking about the obscurity of clues?
I got in this podcast business not to use my brain so much, and now working with you,
And I hurt you.
I got to use my brain a lot. So,
have you got a Hard Rock moment that's I wanted to go back to that, and I forgot to because we were still on the.
I wanted to end the show. What?
I'm just curious if there's one moment at Hard Rock that stuck out to you. Just one.
Oh yeah, I got a bunch.
Just one. You want to end the show?
Okay. Actually, this has to do with the person that might be joining the show eventually too, because they were board hopping for me at the time. So when I first started at JRR, we were in competition with another rock station in town called O-Rock. And so as the night guy, I was the do boy, and I had to go out to every concert and broadcast. And at first it was exciting because I'd never done that before. But going out like 3-4 times a week started to become a thing. And I started to question it. I'm like, I'm not set up where people can see me. I'm literally in the Lennon room or I'm on the balcony. So I'm not meeting any fans. I'm just there really to interview the artist, which was cool because it helped me hone my skills. I mean, I look back now in retro and I'm like, the best thing that could have ever happened to me in my career because it trained me. I learned, trial and error. But one night, Godsmack was performing at the Hard Rock. It goes to show you how long ago it was.
They were doing the best they ever did.
And I'm in this area, if you're not familiar with the Hard Rock Live, it's called the Lennon Room. The reason why it's because it's got John Lennon's piano. It's all white. It's got Lennon stuff in it, so on and so forth. And it's a private room. It's got a private bar. Go out to the balcony that overlooks Universal City Walk. It's really neat.
It's awesome.
Not a lot of people get to go in it. And if you go up the stairs from the Lennon Room, you go to what is called the Leathers at the Hard Rock Live, which is their VIP. And it's the farthest you can get in the Hard Rock, but you have these giant leather recliner chairs and it's comfortable and you have access to a bathroom and stuff. And, you feel cool. Now you got to remember, I'm this punk ass kid that's 6-7 years in the radio business. And I think I'm a big deal because I get to do all these different things. Well, for some reason, the Godsmack, there is like nobody in the leather. So I was bored to tears and I'm still having to do. And at this time we didn't voice track. So everything had to be live. God forbid it's live. So everything had to be live. So I'm sitting there until 11 o'clock doing live breaks. And it's just like that night I was so bored and frustrated. And I was just like, why am I even here? I was being a whiny bitch is what I was being. So I was like, it'd be pretty cool. I told the guy back at the radio station, I was like, I'm going to take the microphone and I'm going to go up to the Leathers while Godsmack's performing live and I'm going to put it on the radio. Again, I'm a neophyte. I'm an amateur. I'm green. I didn't know I wasn't allowed to do that. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of legal no-nos that go into play there. So I take the microphone, take the cord, and I go up there and I'm like, hey, Marvin, that sound you're looking for? Listen to this. And I put the mic out there and it's like, straight. And not the one who comes on so Godsmack's performing live. And I'm like, it's Godsmack performing live, the Hard Rock Live, it's pretty cool, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, I guess in my head, I'm thinking like, what's the difference of me doing that? Or if I were, no, not playing the song, but like broadcasting nearby and it picked up on the airwaves. I was like, there's no difference. So anyway, we get done the broadcast. And when you're in this business, you just at times, most of the time, I even think even veterans, you just don't know who's listening. You kind of take it for granted. I guess you want to think everybody's listening, but when you say something that could be a little bit choppy, you're going, nobody heard that. right? Kind of thing. So the marketing director of the Hard Rock Live at the time was a guy named Chris Tomaso. I grew up with Chris, his brother Randy, in Sarasota. So I knew Randy, but I didn't know Chris well. And I get down and I'm about to go home and I see him and I'm like, hey guys, thank you so much for the hospitality, doing my, blah, blah, blah. And he rips into me. Did you do it? I'm like, I don't think so. I mean, it might've been, bled through or something like that. Because again, remember in those days, there was no podcasting. There was no recording the show. It was hearsay. If it happened, but you couldn't go back and check to see if it happened. Right. He's like, did you air check your show tonight? And I was like, no, I don't think I did. I don't think I did on an air check show. And again, remember in those days, cell phones, you used them for emergency purposes only, right? I mean, if you had a couple extra dollars, you could make a call to like late night booty call or something, but you weren't on your phone all the time. But I had a cell phone for emergency. This brick of a phone. And so I'm like, no, man. And he's upset. So I calmed him down and everything. I get in my car and I call the guy that was board hopping for me. I go, burn that tape. I think I still have it. I have a collection of cassette tapes, from air checks.
Really?
I would have to go through it. I mean, I know where they are, but there's a lot of them. I would have to go through it, but I think I still have them. Anyway, so Chris and I later, still to this day, are friends. He's the president of First Watch Restaurants. And I talk to him every so often, I asked him some advice on business when I opened up a live and stuff like that. I don't know if I've ever brought that story up to him though. Not that it would matter now, but that's one of my there's a lot of memorable moments that I've had there. I was not there the night that, Kevin Martin from Candlebox self-destructed, but that happened at the Hard Rock Live, which made him get sober because of that night at the Hard Rock Live. My buddy Sean was the one that actually helped him with Access magazine at the time, Productions now. But anyway, so there's a million cool rock and roll stories. The Sean Morgan, the Nirvana thing was way cool. That was neat. The MTV tapings, the Nokia Presents, the MTV Summer Concert Series. I ripped this kid to shreds. I bet you still to this day he remembers that night. I ripped him to shreds.
On the mic or out in the audience or something?
Oh, on the mic in front of 2,400 people. It was awesome. I mean, I was a good mic guy. Because he threw something at me, and I go off. So
you didn't want his underwear anyway.
Well, he it was this little fuzzy head kid, looked like a Brady kid. He threw something at me. He turns around to his boys, and he was front and center. He turns around, yeah. And I said, hold on for a second, guys. Turn the house lights up. And they turn the house lights up, and I go, you threw something at me. Those are against the rules. So here's how this is going to play. You can get kicked out because I could do that right now. And we're going to wait. So everybody here is going to be very upset that they're not going to see whatever the band was going to. So I automatically got 2,399 people on my side, right? They turned on them. Boo, screw you, asshole. Kick the kid out. That's a lesson you learn if you work a mic long enough. And I said, so we can do that. I said, do you want to leave? No, man. I go, okay. So here's your second option. You have to apologize to me in front of all these people. And that means you're wimpy and weak. I mean, there's another word I'm looking for that it would make you look like. Maybe that crowd can help me out. And I'm staring them straight in the eyes. I grab the microphone. I put it over my head. 2,399 people go, bitch.
Oh, bitch. Okay.
Yeah, bitch. It was awesome. Like, that was a risk I took that they'd all say the same thing, and they did. And everybody's like, you're a bitch, you're a bitch, you're a bitch, like that. And he goes, and I said, so what's it going to be? I'm sorry, man. You're a bitch, you're a bitch. I was like, and then I went right into it. I was like, all right, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for, and then whoever I brought him out. It was again.
You don't remember who the band was that night?
No footage of it. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Look, we got to get out of here. This is a Freebay episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe. I need you, right? More subscribers, the better. The more people know about us, the more I can keep the lights on and pay bills and put food on the table and continue to do this for you guys. That would be very, very cool. If you want to know how to do it, it's very simple. You just go to thebaileyshow.com, thebaileyshow.com. There's a subscribe button right there. All the subscription episodes are on Spotify. When you go there, you'll see some that are locked. Well, you got to subscribe to do that. It's $4.99 a month. It's a couple pieces of information you fill out, which will probably autofill on your phone anyway. Check that little box. I forget what it says, but make sure you check it. And away you go. And it's $4.99 a month, and that's it. Follow us on social media at Listen to the BS and on YouTube at The Bailey Show. So post content all over. So whatever your social platform of choice is, please make sure you're following us and get notifications so you can comment on the content that I put out on a daily basis, right? If you're a business and would like to sponsor the podcast, remember we've got the radio show as well. So we have a condensed syndicated version of the podcast that airs in Orlando Saturday mornings on WJRR and Planet Radio in Jacksonville Saturday mornings. Not too many podcasts are doing that. We are. If you'd like to be a part of that, love to have that conversation with you. Again, reach out to me via thebaileyshow.com. All right, Ben Badger, good old boys. You got a gig coming up?
May 3rd at Johnny's other side over in Orlando, Michigan.
Okay. You got to get them on Facebook. The Good Old Boys on Facebook.
FL.
Yeah. FL. Oh, yeah. You don't even have the Good Old Boys. So The Good Old Boys FL on Facebook. All right. I love your band. You guys are really good, by the way.
Thanks, man.
All right. You got anything before we get out?
I need to step up my gang and bow down to the king of obscurity.
Yes, you do. Thank you for admitting that. All right, look, have yourself great stuff for us today. Appreciate the support. Thanks for listening. Talk to you soon. Make sure you count on our social. Bye.
Thanks for listening. Till next time, check out thebaileyshow.com. Make sure you like, share, follow on all socials. I leave you with these parting words.
Never got a pink slip either. You know what I would get? A guy would come around to my desk and say, "Get the fuck out of here!"
What do we want to talk about?
Subscribe at thebaileyshow.com. Yeah, baby.